if you have a corporate structure, by its nature, as every company grows, it has to put in rules and guidelines because the lines of communication are too great for one person to oversee the whole thing. So the greater the company, the more rules, the more guidelines need to be followed. That's why when you phone up a giant company's customer service, you end up getting frustrated because you just hit the barriers of their rules all the time. Imagine working in those companies. You have to follow their process and there is rarely room for innovation. However, if such a company wants real innovation to happen that will look outside of the box and create brand new processes, brand new systems, brand new innovations, employing a small ragtag team of specialists that aren't tied into those bureaucratic restrictions can be massively powerful. Back in World War II, the Allied forces realized that the Germans were getting ahead with their flying technology, their rockets, their bombers, and all that kind of thing. The Germans were ahead, they had some incredible rocket scientists, and the Allies needed to catch up. The problem was that Lockheed Martin, which was a major military supplier, already had military contracts to build all sorts of other things. I don't know what they were building, other planes or other bombs or that kind of thing. So they couldn't meet directly the requirements of the American and British and so on forces to create a brand new bomber. What they did was they picked one genius engineer and told him to put together a small ragtag team of engineers to meet this problem outside of the official boundaries of the corporate military machine. What that did is it removed all the red tape. It removed all of the obstacles to innovation. They set them in a warehouse outside of the building next to a chemical factory which burnt rubber, and it smelt like dead skunks. And so they called it the Skunk Works. So what these people did was they innovated day or night. It was a small team, like 10 of them or something. Because they had no bureaucratic restrictions, they could completely think outside of the box. They moved out of problem-solving mode and into creator mode. Not only did they build the bomber that was to defeat the German forces in the air, but they did it under budget and before their deadline. And the deadline and the budget were ridiculously small anyway. I consider remote to be one of those teams. The outsourcing of a studio is powerful because you're collaborating. They work as if they're part of that company, but they don't work within the rules and guidelines set down, so they can come up with new ideas. I think it was Einstein that said that it's impossible to solve a problem from the same perspective that created the problem in the first place. And so using a Skunk Works concept, hiring a studio that isn't part of your team, means that you have a new perspective. And the perspective isn't the perspective that created the problem in the first place, but one that creates a brand new solution.